Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a general love reading, and I've had this oracle deck for a while. This one is the Woodland Wardens. This year she released, the name Jessica could be symbolic. This year she released the Woodland Wardens Tarot. So this is the first time I'm using this deck on my channel. And I'm excited to use it. It's full of cute little animals, but I wanted to start out with the oracle deck to see what's going on in this situation. So let's have a look. Like I said, we're going to start with oracles. And I think what I might do, sorry, I have hair on my sleeve. I'm shedding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with past, present, and future energy, and then I'm going to pull a card for you and the person you're connected to. So let's begin. Ladybugs could be symbolic. So let's have a look at what we need to know here. I'm going to shuffle them 3 times like I usually do. You could really like animals. All right. So let's have a look here. We'll see what's on the bottom. I usually talk about the bottom, so let's have a look. We have the snake and the fern, and it's starting over. So it could be that there needed to be a separation here so that you and this person could have a new beginning. It's interesting. This snake is making me think of transformation and the world. So right away I'm hearing that the way this connection was in the past, that chapter has ended. And there's this energy of starting over. I'm hearing wiping the slate clean. We also have purification. So that makes me think of the vulture. So perhaps there needed to be an ending here. The vulture talks about a blessing in disguise in order for there to be a rebalance and purification. And I'm also hearing, when 2 people, this could be a soul contract, but when 2 people have gone through a transformation and have shedded some sort of skin, some sort of old way of being, when you come back together, it is like starting over again, getting to know each other again. So let's have a look. I'm going to use my intuition when it comes to reversals in the oracle deck. But yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to look at the past first, and you'll know if this is yours. So we have the salamander and the black pepper and balance. So with the dragonfly on the bottom. So it feels like there was something out of balance within this connection. The salamander and the black pepper is giving me fire energy. Dragonfly is giving me air energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This card is called Inspiration, and I'm seeing kind of a soul spark energy. So you and this person could have felt a soul spark with each other. There could have been a lot of attraction here. But with balance on the bottom, I feel like maybe someone was more inspired to give to this connection than the other one. Or somebody could have been giving a lot of effort, a lot of movement towards the other person, and maybe it wasn't being reciprocated. Let's look at the salamander. So Inspiration. Let me see how the table of contents works. The salamander, where are you? Well, that doesn't help me. I think that's 17. I'm still learning my Roman numerals. All right, so yeah, somebody was giving their full energy to this, but there was something out of balance with the dragonfly on the bottom. It does talk about a lot of fire and heat, a lot of attraction, flames. So you could be, you could resonate with like a soul spark. And it could have gotten to you that there was an imbalance in this connection. And I always talk about balance. If energy isn't balanced, it doesn't flow. And I always talk about energetic cords getting twisted when there's not balance, causing resentment, causing arguments. And you could have gotten, tired of being the only one taking action towards this connection. You could have been dealing with a Knight of Wands. Let's see the current energy. We have home. So right now it feels like it's giving me Four of Wands, but this is about really focusing on your own stability. So I feel like right now you and this person are kind of keeping to yourselves, working on your own stability. Working on, like, you could both be very focused on your jobs or stability or in your home, your children. I'm gonna confirm all these with tarot, and your individual energies will tell me more. I don't know. I don't know if you and this person are working towards stability together or individually. It makes me think it's individual, just because we have this, like, the beaver's working on this part, and then we have some work on this part. This beaver's actually facing those two wands. And the Four of Wands, to me, usually the Four of Wands, there's two wands on each side, and that's symbolic of both of you bringing balance and stability to a connection to make a strong foundation. If only one person is bringing that, you can't have that Four of Wands energy. And you could have actually been dealing with someone who had a fear of commitment, because I was hearing the Knight of Wands. So let's look at this. This is 30. Home. So yeah, tending to your own environments. This is an energy of focusing on your own environment, focusing on your home, your children. Interesting. Birch trees symbolize new beginnings. So I'm actually going to have to wait until I get tarot or when I see your individual energies, because you could be working on a new beginning together, or you could be focused on a new beginning here. I'm feeling like there's a separation here, though. We've got the Bear in reverse. So now I want to look at that. That's number 4. That's the Emperor in reverse. So it feels like, it feels like you both need to work on your stability right now, and I feel like that's what's happening. Yeah, both of you may be experiencing, or this connection experience challenges with this Bear, and also inflexibility. So someone could have been quite stubborn here, or someone could be in a very stubborn energy. So that could be, this is connecting energy. That could be both of you. You could have been dealing with a distorted masculine, someone who, was really focused on work. They could have thought that work was the most important thing. They could have been more focused on finances. There could have been arguments here. Like I said, this points to a lack of stability and almost, I was saying, inflexibility. So the lack of compromise. And I wouldn't be surprised if you and this person, remember I was talking about energetic cords getting twisted. So I wouldn't be surprised if those cords became twisted and maybe you weren't seeing each other's perspectives. Remember, there was something off balance here in the past. And I feel like right now you've both been called to work on your own stability individually. And you could both be in a very stubborn energy right now. Like maybe it could just be one of you, but maybe you're both. I'm just hearing a lack of compromise, whether that's both of you or one of you. Now I'm hearing the song The Middle, and I'm hearing like she says, why can't you just meet me in the middle? So now I'm wondering if it's them that's in a stubborn energy. Let's look at future energy. So that's interesting. We do have boundaries and healing coming out. And then we have creative ingenuity. I don't know how to say that. So like near future energy, which is to me the next 4 weeks, we have boundaries and we have healing. So it feels like there still needs to be healing here. I wouldn't be surprised if you're dealing with someone who was being quite stubborn about what they needed to heal, or about, healing that lack of balance. It's funny, when I was shuffling, I was hearing boundaries for near future energy. So that is the energy of someone, protecting their own energy, protecting their own stability. That could be you. And we do have the need for healing. So it feels like this new beginning can't happen until this healing happens. And until that healing happens, there needs to be boundaries in place. Or I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you need to protect your energy here. It's giving me Queen of Swords. 38. So 38 is making me think of, that reduces to 11. So it's making me think of justice. So perhaps this person needs to take accountability or apologize, or, your boundary could be, I'm only going to engage if there's equal give and take and reciprocity and balance, because I feel like you were giving more to this situation. It's also the energy of the Empress, 3, and Strength, 8. So you could have to stand strong. Let's say this person comes back in and they're not healing. You may have to stand strong in your boundaries, in your inner strength, even though you love this person, and remain in that feminine energy of not chasing. All right. I feel like you're attracting this person in. Just the combination of the spider. Sometimes the spider, well, it could be about your mission. Like maybe you are working towards your mission. I'm just going to say it because the spider makes me think of the tarantula, which is about claiming your life's purpose. But we have this passion flower here that it's almost like it's high priestess energy too. But it's almost like this flower is attracting the spider, and the spider makes me think of, for some reason, like maybe this person has some toxicity or some unhealthy things that they need to heal. And this is showing, like it's showing the energy of, that's a masculine on that card. That's a 15, which is devil energy, and it's in reverse. Oh, well, I'm hearing two different things. The fact that that's the devil card, Capricorn energy, we have Taurus and Libra, Leo, fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries with the Emperor, Pisces with the High Priestess. It does look like I'm hearing silent and guarded, protecting your energy, releasing attachment to this person. And I said it in a reading yesterday. Remember, resentment is still attachment. So if you are still sitting in resentment, that's still attachment. Anger is still attachment. The fact that this is a masculine is making me think, and the fact that it's in reverse, I'm hearing two different things, and that's why we need tarot to clarify this. It could be, the fact that it's in reverse could be that you have an unhealed masculine coming towards you still with some toxic tendencies, and it's a test for you to remain in Empress energy and to hold strong on your boundaries and to remain silent and guarded, which can be very hard to do, especially if you love that person. It can be very hard to do. But on the flip side, the fact that the devil is in reverse does show someone who's more self-aware. So before we get into tarot, I'm just going to say, if this person comes in the near future, make sure that they're showing that they've healed, or that they're more self-aware, maybe even taking accountability, because I was hearing justice. So let's look at that 15. Maybe this will be the deck that helps me conquer Roman numerals. So there is, like I said, devil in reverse. There is this energy that this person could be becoming more self-aware. For some of you, there may not be contact in the near future, because in reverse, it talks about someone withdrawing to heal in isolation. So it's almost like this person is withdrawing to heal in isolation in the near future, and you are protecting your boundaries. And that doesn't mean there won't be a test coming, though. Keep that in mind. So like I said, it'll be a test for you if this person comes in unhealed, because you'll have to hold your boundaries. So now I'm going to get a card for each of you to kind of get a better idea of what's happening here. That gives us a good outlook. Let's see your energy. We have an ending and mischief. So it's kind of 24. High Priestess energy, trusting your intuition, silent and guarded. Emperor energy, standing in your masculine strength, knowing your worth. I don't think that you are being mischievous right now. I feel like this is death and rebirth on the bottom. So I feel like right now you're going through a transformation. I'm going to be honest, I feel like the person you're connected to could have been in some mischievous energy, and you're closing the door on that chapter. Remember what I said with the snake in the very beginning of this reading? It's almost like starting over. You're not interested in going back. And that's a message that's been coming through for a lot of collectives. So it feels like part of the reason you had to put up boundaries could be because this person did have some healing to do. You probably had healing to do too. Keep in mind when I talk about connections like this, there's healing on both sides that need to happen. It's not just ever one person. Healing wounds, exactly. So it feels to me like right now you are more, there's a lot of High Priestess and Empress energy coming through. So right now, like this one, 32, it reduces to 5, which is Hierophant energy. But also the Empress and High Priestess, you could definitely be a divine feminine. And I feel like you're no longer engaging with this person or the way, like you're not interested in going back to the way things were. And I feel like you're healing wounds after an ending of some not so healthy behavior from this person, is what I'm hearing. So 24. For some reason, I just all of a sudden can read Roman numerals. That's weird. Oh dear. Beware of other people's dishonesty. So right now you are being aware of other people's dishonesty or deception. And you're focused, this card actually talks about, you're no longer interested in engaging with other people's dishonesty. You're interested in healthier things. Like I said, we have healing wounds here and an ending. So it feels like you're transforming after coming out of a situation where someone could have been deceptive with you, or there was unhealthy attachments or toxicity, or stubbornness and ego and distorted masculine energy, fighting. I like that for you. Healing wounds, transformation. I like it. All right, let's see. For some reason, I thought that was, I said, I don't think that's you that's being mischievous. And I was right. That's not even what that card is about. It's about being careful of other people's dishonesty and deception. So let's see your person's energy. Oh my gosh. The bear is in the upright now. The bear is in the upright now. So your person's energy, the mouse and the buttercup, this is Fool energy. So right now your person could be could be thinking about taking a leap of faith towards you. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen in the next 4 weeks though. But we'll see what tarot says. I don't think it's happening in the next 4 weeks. I think it comes in after that. Or maybe they do take a leap of faith towards you, but you want to remain in isolation for the time being. So they have the Emperor in the upright now. And they have the duck and the chrysanthemum in reverse. Here I was saying I was on the fence about taking reversals, and I'm taking the reversals. Let me look at this card. I didn't look at that card. That came out in the reverse originally. Okay, all right. So there is a little bit, this was in reverse. So let's move it into reverse. Let's honor the cards here. So this talks about stagnation. So we have someone with boundaries up in the near future. We have someone isolating and healing, becoming more self-aware. And then we have stagnation. So it feels to me like there's not going to be action in the next 4 weeks because that's near future energy. But it says, it talks about needing to exercise patience. So right now I feel like, this person needs to be patient with you and your boundaries. You need to be patient with them and the isolation and the healing that they're going through. This one talks about have faith that your quiet efforts will pay off in the end. So I think you're putting a lot of effort into healing wounds and keeping your boundaries strong. I feel like you're putting a lot of effort into not wanting to repeat past patterns and wanting, sending that energy out that you're no longer going, and I'm not saying you're talking to this person, but you're sending that energy out that you're not going to go back to the way things were, that chapter is done. And that the only way you're going to take down your boundaries is if this person heals. And like I said, this card is saying that your quiet efforts are paying off. So whatever you're doing, healing, having faith, trusting, whatever you're doing, your patience and your efforts will pay off here. But yeah, I don't think there's communication in the next 4 weeks. And over here, you have your person in Emperor energy, which is interesting because Empress energy keeps coming through for you. And we have your person wanting to take a leap of faith, but the mouse, protection. Okay, that makes sense. So we have the mouse, which, and we have the world energy. Interesting. The mouse can symbolize anxiety. So I feel like right now your person's not totally an Emperor energy. There's a bit of anxiety about taking a leap of faith towards you. And we have protection. And protection is reminding me of boundaries. So this person could be nervous to take a leap of faith towards you because of your boundaries. And I'm not saying that your boundaries are wrong or that you should take them down. Boundaries are meant to protect us, not to build walls around us, is what I'm hearing. And I'm not saying you're building walls around you, and I'm not saying that you should just lower your boundaries for this person. But if you had very clear boundaries, that could be why they're apprehensive or feeling anxious about taking a leap of faith towards you, because they know that they can't cross those boundaries unless they come in right. Luck in reverse feels It's number 10, which is Wheel of Fortune energy. So it feels like the universe is in control of this right now. That this person's being divinely guided. Like I said, the fact that we have the bear here, I feel like this person is stepping into their emperor energy, but they're not in that confidence yet. The bear can also symbolize someone who's going through an awakening, like spiritually, the bear, spiritual symbolism. Someone who's pulled back their energy and is going through an awakening. I just heard, what is that movie from? Is it from The Mask? Do You Feel Lucky? Is that from The Mask? I'm seeing Jim Carrey say it. I'm not sure what movie that's from. Well, do ya, punk? What's that from? Somebody tell me. Yeah, listen to this. Take care to get your ducks in a row. This is it in reverse. Take care to get your ducks in a row. Do some research before taking action to avoid a misstep. So everything I was just saying, this person is still not sure if they have all their ducks in a row or are stable enough to cross those boundaries, because again, I feel like they know they can't cross them unless they come in right. So that's what we have for the two of you. So I feel like this is going to need more than 4 weeks. But I think that your patience will pay off. I feel like you are being patient about this. So let's get some tarot. I'm excited to use this deck with you. All right, let me just make sure that is... Oh, dear. Why didn't you tell me you couldn't see the cards? All right, so I did shuffle these really well, but I'll just shuffle them one more time. Look at that, we have the Fool. We have the Ten of Wands, and usually the Ten of Wands pictures someone who's almost ready to come home, who's almost ready to put down those burdens and pick up the Ace of Wands and take action. I said I'm going to shuffle once, and then I just started shuffling like a crazy person. All right, so let's see what's on the bottom this go around. Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands. Didn't I say runner energy? Knight of Wands is also someone feeling very inspired to like rush in or take impulsive action towards you. But remember your person's energy. They know they need to get all their ducks in a row if they're going to come towards you. They can't come in this inconsistent energy. And remember we had that card about balance. So you could have been dealing with a Knight of Wands, someone who is hot and cold, inconsistent. And that can be incredibly emotionally draining for the person on the other end of that. I talk about the slot machine thing. We have the Four of Cups. So this person isn't feeling confident enough to come in right now. That's why they have the Knight of Wands here. And the Four of Cups, you know, I feel what I was hearing is if this person comes in the same energy, you're going to refuse their offer. And I feel like this person can feel that if they don't come in with all their ducks in a row, you're going to refuse their offer. That's their fear, that if they don't come in right, you're going to say no, you're not going to accept their offer with the Four of Cups. This person could have taken you for granted, I'm hearing. We have the Nine of Wands, which talks about boundaries. It's also an energy of you're almost there. So I do feel like there's been boundaries here. Is that a goat? The goat reminds me of Capricorn energy, devil energy. And I always say the Nine of Wands, you know, maybe this person was defensive or you both got defensive. That's what happens when we trigger each other's wounds. We get defensive. I've explained it, you know, your ego tries to protect you and you become defensive. But the Nine of Wands is also about a love connection that's not easy because it's triggering. It's meant to help you. It's meant to help you put up boundaries. It's also meant to help you both self-improve. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing a song Andy Grammer, I'm not giving up. Don't give up on me. That's what I'm hearing. Something about even until my last breath, I'm not giving up, so don't give up on me. All right, let's get your energy. My beautiful Martin. The name Martin could be symbolic. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but I'm going to take them all. Look at you. It's funny because when I was going through the guidebook to find that one, I accidentally opened up to the black cat and I was thinking, oh, I wish that would have came out for them. But you could be in what is known on social media as black cat energy. So I don't chase, I attract. You know how some cats, I know that not all cats are like that, but a lot of cats are like, if I don't want to come to you, I'm not going to come to you. Like, I'm only going to come to you when I want to. But Queen of Wands, standing in your power. The sunflower is symbolic of growth. And it's also giving me healing. So I do feel like you're healing. You're standing in your power. You could be going through a glow up. You could resonate with, you could definitely resonate with, that's interesting. Makes sense. You could definitely resonate with black cat energy, but I'm noticing, I love when I get a new deck because I get a whole bunch of intuitive downloads. I mean, that happens anyway, but there is a red thread tied around that paw. Can you see that? There's a red thread tied around this paw. So I feel like you do feel a soul connection with this person, or you believe that they're on the end of your red thread bond. But you're standing in your power right now. After an ending, look at the red thread. So even after a painful ending, that animal looks very similar to that one. Even after, I think that you're healing after a painful ending, healing wounds, remember? But there's still this red thread tied around your wrist or your paw. So I feel like you still feel a soul connection with this person, even though you're healing from it. It almost looks like, to me, like you turned the pain of this ending into your power. But this says a lot here. So we have the Five of Wands. So that does show that maybe you're going through some inner conflict a little. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So you could be feeling conflicted because this new beginning or this fresh start has been very slow to come in with this turtle. Even your own healing journey could be moving very slowly. The other thing I'm noticing is we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a hard energy because it means walking away from, it can mean many things, but it can mean walking away from less than you deserve. So you could have wanted a new beginning with this person. Lilies could be symbolic, or the name Lily. I'm hearing something very specific about this frog, and that is that maybe you transformed before this person. Like maybe they hadn't yet transformed and they were a tadpole and you had transformed into a frog. You had healed, you had released things, releasing, cleansing, healing. I do feel like you're trying to release and cleanse and heal your energy right now. And one of the things about the frog is that the frog is not meant to carry a heavy load. And I feel like you were carrying a heavy load with this connection. The thing about this Eight of Cups is all the cups are standing. So the Eight of Cups, like I said, can be about walking away from what no longer serves you, walking away from accepting less than you deserve. It can also be very symbolic of walking away from something that you love, which can be very hard because you know it's not fulfilling you. And like I said, maybe the fact that we have a frog here, you could have spiritually, healing-wise, outgrew this person. And I feel like you're like maybe you're still conflicted if you did the right thing. Because I feel like this, you know, you could have had the hope that by walking away, it would bring in a new beginning, or it would allow this person the time and space to heal. But you could still be conflicted that you walked away from your happiness, again, because we have the 10 of Cups here. And the combination of these two cards shows you walking away from something that you thought was your happily ever after. Something that you thought would bring you, long-term fulfillment. And I feel like you're trying to remain confident. Just looking at these four cards, there could have been a lot of arguments and lack of stability. That's a lot of cards for you, my friend. I'm taking them all, though. I'm just going to kind of put them like this so I can see them. Actually, let's move you over. So you could be going through some inner conflict of some sort about walking away from what you thought was going to be your happily ever after. But again, sometimes, you need to walk away if that version of the connection no longer serves you. And I like that this is here because you're turning your pain or a painful ending into power. You're using it to fuel your fire. You're making lemonade. I'm not going to say that, Spirit. I heard you're making lemonade, bitch. All right. So let's see your person's energy now. That did a spin. Judgment. Good. Good. Fool. Confirmation. They are thinking about taking a leap of faith, but there could be a fear that you're going to judge them. There could be a fear that you are not going to want to resurrect something here. And this person could still be going through a transformation. Blue butterflies could be symbolic. But look at this moth, cicada. I don't know what this is. Fly. I don't know. But it's still kind of coming out of the old version of itself. So right now your person, I know that these two are here, but I'm getting that this is your person. So I feel like your person is still transforming. And in some cards, I'm seeing this as the divine feminine, So this person is kind of, look at them. They're like, wait for me, I'm coming. Don't give up on me, that song I was hearing. And now I'm hearing the song Collide, which talks about, don't stop, I've lost my way, I'm close behind. This is where you and I collide. But I'm seeing this as you. And divine feminines they do have the ability to help heal people and help awaken people, not just their counterpart, but other people. That's why so many divine feminines have a mission to help heal, because their energy has the capacity to transform people and to wake people up and for people to go within and self-evaluate. So I feel like right now your person is thinking about taking this leap of faith. They're going through a wake-up call, an awakening, a wake-up call, whatever you want to call it. And I do feel like there's a fear that you're going to judge them or not want to resurrect things with them here. Let's get a few more for your person. That's a beautiful butterfly. One more for your person. That one didn't want to come out. Those wanted to come out. Are you kidding me? The King of Wands? And look. I said I was seeing that as the Knight of Wands. And this one has elevated into a king. That's nice. That's very, very nice. It almost looks like on its cape. That is strange. On its cape are yin and yangs, or the yin and yang symbol, or whatever it's called. That's amazing. So I feel like your person is being called to step into their power here, and there is this energy of them wanting to take bold action towards you. I don't even know what the other cards say. And you know what's funny is, I know you couldn't see it because my border of protection here takes up so much room. But this card, when it came out, it spun on the table and I had to wait for it to stop spinning. So I didn't know what it was or if it was going to be in the upright or reverse. But it was in the upright. So I feel like this person's wheel is turning. Anyway, I feel like they're making adjustments. They are awakening. And this shows they're wanting to take bold action towards you. They're elevating out of that Knight of Wands into the King of Wands. And remember how we had that energy of the Knight of Wands on the bottom of this deck. This person knows if they come in Knight of Wands, you're not gonna engage with them, is what I'm hearing. I like it. King of Pentacles? No, that's the King of Swords. Sorry. I don't know why I thought that was Ace of Wands. So they are feeling inspired to take action, to take control of this situation and communicate with you. And look at the blue butterflies. They could have had some sort of transformation of their mind or their perception. I'm seeing that card. I see your side of the story. And this is confirming like they're wanting to take action, but right now they're, for whatever reason, they're still detached from you. How interesting. Let's see what other cards we have. Oh, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So they do want to come back. They're feeling very nostalgic. And you know what? Six of Cups in reverse is not someone who is sitting around thinking about the bad times or sitting around feeling angry about you. This is someone reminiscing about all the good times you had together. Like whatever happy memories you had together, that's what's weighing on this person's heart right now. All right, that's good. We have the Devil in reverse on the floor and the Two of Pentacles. So there's that red thread again. The Devil in reverse. I already explained it with this. I said I thought that was your person. So they are releasing unhealthy things. They are releasing toxic attachments, unhealthy patterns. They're becoming more self-aware. And the bat gives me the energy of endings lead to new beginnings. It's like Hanged Man energy to me, even though this is the Devil, Capricorn energy. We also have fire energy. You're both coming up as the King and Queen of Wands, which makes me think you're starting to align on the same frequency. Now, remember the snake. The Two of Pentacles in reverse for your person's energy. This is someone who is becoming more self-aware that they neglected you. Two of Pentacles in reverse is about neglecting love. It's about neglecting your partner. So that's what this person is becoming more self-aware of right now. And again, they're not looking back at all the times you had fights or, you know, maybe you asked them for commitment or more time and energy. They're not looking back. Now I'm hearing another song. Don't look back in, is it Oasis that I'm hearing? Don't look back? I can't think of what song that is. They're not looking back in anger. They're looking back in nostalgia. Like they're thinking about how good they had it and how they neglected you and how they were inconsistent. And look at that red thread. You had a red thread on your wrist. So whatever transforming and healing you're doing, it's helping this person. Look at the red thread around the snake. Transformation. That's good. Someone tell me what that song is that I'm hearing. I know you can't hear it, but Don't Look Back. Sloan, Oasis, I don't know. It's one of those bands. I just want to look at the Six of Cups. Unable to move on, clinging to you. Oh. Also, Six of Cups in reverse. Traumas from childhood could have been dictating this person's behaviors. their future. And I feel like that's something that they're becoming more self-aware of right now. All right, let's see how you feel about them. I love this deck. How do you feel about them? Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles. Like, seriously, there's something about equal give and take. You could even feel like your person needs, you could even feel like your person needs some sort of counseling or something, help with some of that trauma. So we have the Two of Wands in reverse for how you feel about them. The Seven of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse. What did I say about the frog is not meant to carry a heavy load? So you feel like you couldn't carry this anymore. You couldn't be weighed down by this anymore. You had to release it. There could have been a lot of delays here with the Two of Wands in reverse. The Two of Wands in reverse is also symbolic of patterns. And now that is definitely the same animal, I think. But the Two of Wands is symbolic of, the patterns that we need to look at that keep us stuck from moving forward, or it can be. And the fact that it's in reverse, I feel like maybe this person wasn't looking at their patterns. I do feel like you feel like there's been delays here. I was seeing that in this energy. Seven of Cups, you're no longer confused about this. You have clarity. You're no longer under the illusion that you could just keep carrying these burdens and keep trying to move forward with this person. I feel like you see it clearly now, that it was weighing you down and you had to release it. Because the Seven of Cups is about clarity and awareness. That you couldn't carry this, you had to release it. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but your back could hurt right now. For how you feel about this person, you're not taking action towards them. And you could feel like, you could be dealing with someone who overanalyzes things. You feel like this person, long term that you don't want to go back to the way things were. And it's reminding me of that mischief card. That you only want equal give and take. You don't want to be the one to carry the load anymore, is what I'm hearing. Let's see how they're feeling about you. Let's not go on the floor, though. How are they feeling about you? Seven of Wands, boundaries, boundaries. They want to fight for this. Look, they want to pick up that wand and come towards you and have a conversation, but boundaries. So there is that feeling of, if I go towards this person, I need to make sure I'm going in right. Otherwise, I need to make sure I'm going in with new perspectives. I did mention the Hangman as well. So right now they do have a new perspective about you and your boundaries. There's also a perspective here where they want to fight for this, which is, makes sense with that King of Wands energy. They want to take control of this situation. How are they feeling about you? Death, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Arrows on the bottom. So yeah, they do want a rebirth here with you. With Death and the Eight of Pentacles, they want a new beginning with you. They want to invest in this connection, Eight of Pentacles. Even, I always find the separation of the Pentacles on some of these cards, or the Wands, very interesting. Because this one, the Hedgehog has 3. That looks like, oh my gosh, we have letters. We have a T, we have an A, we have a P, we have an R. That could be an I. Party? That's weird. P-A-R, no, P-A-T-R. That could be an I. That could be symbolic. But the combination here of the 3 pentacles on the hedgehog shows for how this person feels about you. They do want a new beginning. They want to work together as a team here. They want to collaborate. They want to compromise. They want to get together. And these 5 of Pentacles, they want to come in from out of the cold. The 8 of Pentacles is about, you know, they've learned something here. And they want to start a conversation with you about commitment, about a new beginning, about investing in this. They could also be watching you. If you are working on your mission, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're online, because I was seeing these 6 wands, they could be watching you right now, seeing that you're transforming. 3 of Cups. Okay, so they could feel like you're busy investing in yourself. Maybe they see online that you're spending time with friends, or you're, you know, putting a lot of effort towards your hobbies. Let's see their intention. What are their intentions? Are you kidding me? The 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So their intentions are to reunite with you and to come towards you with a love offer and to heal this. I bet you that's the Star. It is. It's the Star. So their intentions are to heal this, to have a renewal with you, to bring this, you know, a love offer towards you and reunite with you. And we have mountains. This person's intentions are to overcome these obstacles and come together and build something with you. And look at the 2 wands on each side. I did mention the 2 wands on each side of the 4 of Wands. And I believe that's some kind of red something crane, which is making me want to go... Oh, my dog Pepper's laying outside my door. I can hear her. That's their intentions. Reunion, homecoming, offer of love. Hang on. Look, it's on the bottom of the deck because this has happened to me before. A red-crowned crane, loyalty. So their intentions here are to be loyal. All right. Let's see what their next action will be. We're going to go 4 weeks because remember this. It does show isolation, healing, boundaries. Show me the energy between these 2 in the next 4 weeks. So we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands and the 9 of Arrows. Exactly what I was feeling from, and the hanged Warden. Okay, so in the next 4 weeks, there's still no action. But you have this person waiting for the right time to take action because we have the Page of Wands. So that's that inspired action. I'm not saying this person is taking inspired action because we have the Hanged Man, so they're holding back. And we have the 7 of Pentacles, which shows someone who's waiting for the right time to come in. Okay, they're waiting for the right time to take action. And then the 9 of Arrows is about, that's the 9 of Swords. That's about anxiety. That's about sleepless nights. So this person feeling very anxious about coming towards you, right? Feeling very anxious about taking action towards you. Robin Hood could be symbolic. Robin Hood Men in Tights could be symbolic, or the animated one. I think the one with Russell Crowe is pretty good. Anyway. And yeah, we have this person waiting, probably because they're in their head. They're anxious about taking action. So they're, again, that's still showing they're working on their divine masculine energy. Let's go 4 to 8 weeks. I stopped mentioning signs a while ago. 4 to 8 weeks. action in the next 4 to 8 weeks. Those all fell on the floor. We have the Knight of Cups on the bottom, romantic offer, romantic gesture. Okay, that's so many that fell out. I'm just going to take them. So the next 4 to 6 weeks, 2 of Cups is on the top. That could be 2 months. So then the next 4 weeks to 2 months, we do have the both of you engaging in an honest and heartfelt conversation. And look at the growth around your cups. So you've both grown. And remember what I said about this image, that I was getting, you're both working on your own wands right now. Think about that 4 of Wands. And I said, I think there's a separation here. Now we have the 2 of you coming back together. There is some sort of reunion here in the next 4 to 6 weeks. We have the 6 of Arrows, which is about moving into calmer waters. It's about transitioning. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Someone reaches out and there's equal give and take here. We have the High Priestess, so there could be a confession, or even look at that. They're holding a scroll, a message. Now, I am seeing something though, is that you could be trying to remain in your confidence and kind of in your power when this person comes towards you. Because like I said, I don't think you want to bring down those boundaries until you know that this person can give you equal give and take and reciprocity, and can be open and honest with you. So I do feel like there's a transition here where I feel like you're going to transition out of that guarded energy into an honest and heartfelt conversation. After they reach out, after you transition out of that awkwardness when you first start talking again, right? It can be awkward. So that's the next 4 to 6 weeks. I'm just going to... Do you know what? I've never done that. And I just heard laying the cards on the table. I've never laid them out like that. You know, in a card game where you lay them out like that? I just heard this person's going to put all their cards on the table. And it's up to you what you do with it. And I said it yesterday. You know, I'm not a reader that does quick readings, and there's nothing wrong with readers who do. Absolutely nothing. But if you really don't want this person back, I don't understand. Like, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. But if you're watching this and you are really you're declaring, I'm not interested, I don't want that person back, you could probably go find a better reading to watch. And leave this one for the people who want this, right? Anyway, what is your advice? There is a romantic offer coming in. What is your advice? What should you focus on? So we have the 4 of Cups and we have the Sun. So right now, focus on positive mindset, focus on your own healing. Focus on, again, remaining positive. I think it's interesting that 4 of Cups came out because, like I said, if you know you're going to refuse this person's offer and not even give them a chance, go focus on something more fulfilling than watching tarot readings talking about a past person coming back, Anyway, focus on appreciating yourself, not taking your own healing and your own fulfillment for granted. And if you really don't want this person back, there's other people out there. And you know what? The people who really want this person back, when I said that there's other people out there, they were probably like, but I want this person. So there are opportunities that are about to come in that you don't see coming with the 4 of Cups. And that's what healing has done for you. That's what raising your vibration has done for you. So I just want to get a few channeled messages. I only have... What one do I want to use? Let's just use this one. What does this person want to say? We're just going to get a few. What does this person want to say to you? What does this person want to say to you? What does this person want to say to you? Okay, let's just get a few more. That was only 3. What does this person want to say to you? What does this person want to say to you? I'm only taking the ones that are flying out. There we go. All right, that's all we're getting. So, what does this person want to say to you? Do you hear me talking to you? I need you close to me right now. Please respond. We have expect a miracle. Divine intervention is pushing the two of you together. So this person is being guided back towards you. Dancing in love. I am surrendering to the cadence of your soul and allowing us to dance in love. And this isn't about, you may have memories dancing with this person, but this is about an energetic dance, the energetic dance of two souls. Together, how we found each other, we are meant to be together forever and ever for eternity. Apology. I'd never take... Listen, that 4 of Cups in the Sun, I feel like this person has clarity that they took you for granted. Apology. I'd never take you for granted again. I've learned my lesson. I am so sorry. Psychic. Your intuition scares me. How much do you really know about me? I love when that card comes out. Except it's a blessing and a burden. When you are very intuitive or you... I think I talked about this in one of the readings for a zodiac sign that I recorded for when I'm away. But when you're someone who's healed or healing and you have looked your shadows straight in the face and turned it into light, it can be difficult. It can be a blessing and a burden to have that intuition about shadows, because oftentimes you can see other people's shadows. Once you've befriended your own shadows, you can see their shadows. And for some reason, I'm getting Peter Pan. Maybe this person didn't want to grow up. It's a shadow thing that is giving me Peter Pan. But when you befriend your shadows, you can then see other people's shadows, and that can be like a blessing and a burden, because you can kind of see through the shadows, if that makes sense. Okay. What? I barely got any cards. The force of love, the force of reunion is unstoppable. Together we are one. Beautiful. That was beautiful. So thank you for playing with my new deck with me. I couldn't think of anyone better to share it with than you guys. And as always, I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.